What's up guys, Game Nut here and welcome back to some more Madden 17 Ultimate Team, and today is finally the day, man. We are about to finally finish this lineup. You guys know throughout these past few episodes this season, we have pretty much upgraded every area of this team from the offense to the defense, and I think there is only one more area left on this team, on the defense that is, that needs to be upgraded until we take our shot at the Super Bowl yet again this year in Madden 17. So you guys already see it. We need to get ourselves an entirely new set of cornerbacks. Not only our starting three, but some backup positions as well. And I'm definitely going to miss these guys, man. I mean, Josh Norman made his plays. AJ Boye was on our team for a long time. Janoris Jenkins was our slot cornerback. I think I'm going to miss him the most. That dude made a ridiculous amount of plays for us. And even our number 4 cornerback, Ross Cockrell, he was only like a 91 overall, and he just absolutely dominated for us. But you know what? Bygones be bygones. It's time to go ahead and get some new players on this team and slowly make these upgrades and get some new cornerbacks for this team. So anyways, our first corner we are going to pick up is going to be our slot corner, the number 3 position. I decided to go out there and pick up Logan Ryan. You guys did see I found him for a price of 52,500 coins. I actually won him in a little bidding war. And I wasn't quite finished with the card because we had to go and, of course, put him in his milestone set, which gives him an additional chemistry, which is lockdown, to go along with deep defender and edge blitzer. So our slot cornerback has a ton of chemistries stacked on top of him right now. Moving forward, we're going to go ahead and pick up our number 2 overall cornerback now. Back to the NFL Movers program yet again, where when we look for Patriots, we filter for that team. We see ourselves 96 overall Stephon Gilmore for about 72,000 coins. Let me tell you, man, ever since this card was put into the game, I've been dying to get it for my team. I mean, when it first came out, it was like 400,000, which was like overpaying for it by a long shot. And then it, over time just slowly was able to drop down. One night it was about 100,000 coins, and literally overnight, once defensive spotlight solos came out and you got awarded a free cornerback, this card drastically dropped in price. So I thought it was my time to go ahead and finally get that card. So moving on to now our number 1 cornerback. You guys know at the end of last episode what I want to start doing with you guys now is leaving you all with the mystery of a certain player that will be joining my team. And obviously, like I said, our number 1 overall cornerback is the last position we need, and it does turn out to be that it is 97 overall, limited time edition of campus hero Joe Hayden. And okay, way too many of you guys guessed this card correctly, man. I mean, I thought I made this kind of difficult, but clearly I didn't, because almost every single one of you got this correctly in the last episode. So you know what? At the end of this one, I'm not going easy on you guys. I'm going to make this one a lot more difficult. So there it is for 151,000 coins. Our new number 1 overall cornerback is going to be limited time Joe Hayden at a 97 overall. So now that we have our new cornerbacks for the secondary, I think this lineup is absolutely perfect, man. There are no other changes I want to make to this team as we try and take our stab back at the playoffs and go on another Super Bowl run this year in Madden 17. But of course, let's take a look at our new players and see how their stats have been affected with the chemistry. So our number 1 overall cornerback, Joe Hayden, is now up to a 99 overall, and look at all of the green arrows on this card, man. He now has a 93 speed, 97 agility, 96 man coverage, and a 95 zone. The case is the same with our number 2 cornerback, 99 overall Stephon Gilmore, has a 95 speed, 93 agility, 96 man coverage, and a 94 zone coverage. Our slot cornerback, number 3, is Logan Ryan, who is unfortunately only up to a 98 overall, not a 99, but that is because I only have the lockdown chemistry maxed out to tier 2. Both deep defender and edge blitzer on this guy are only currently at tier 1, so if I have both of those maxed out as well, maybe just even one of them, he would for sure be a 99 overall card. But of course, like I did say earlier on, I wanted to get some other backup positions for the corners as well. So at number 4, I did decide to go out there and pick up another man from my own team. He went from the Cowboys. He's now on my side now in the Ravens. He's NFL Movers Brandon Carr, up to a 96 overall. And at number 5, this guy probably isn't going to be seeing the field a whole lot, but for our number 5 cornerback from the New York Giants, I decided to go out there and get there from the all-rookie defense, Eli Apple, who is at a 95 overall. So there it is, man. Our team is now officially complete, man. I mean, we've done everything with this current lineup. We've got new cornerbacks, 2 99 overalls at that. Our safeties have been shut out, even on only a 96 and a 97 overall. We've got a new defensive line, new linebackers, and even over on the offense, we've got new wide receivers that we just picked up. The offensive line has been consistent for our 99 overall Latavius Murray. Derek Carr is leading this team to victory, man, and I'm ready to see how well this lineup is going to do into the playoffs, because you guys know, last lineup we had, we were able to get the Super Bowl victory. Let's see how this team does in the playoffs.
Charles and I set for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup as we get to see some of the stars.
You guys heard me right. This is the start of the playoffs, man. I mean, like I said, there isn't any other changes I want to make with this team. Like, I think everything is complete. There is no other changes that I think could be made to this lineup that will make them any better. So it is our time to see if we can go forward and take another run at the Super Bowl. But I really just started off this game on offense by throwing an interception to Mike Evans. That was out of position, free safety Mike Evans. And what a stupid way to come out here and immediately throw an interception. Now, as my opponent is out here on offense, 3rd and 8, are you kidding me, man? Like, Randy Moss just bobbles the pass, but is still able to then come down with the catch and make something out of it. My opponent goes with a no-huddle offense, and look at this guy, Todd Gurley. That is ultimate ticket Todd Gurley, embarrassing my defense. He goes with a no-huddle yet again, and I mean, look at this. Like, he goes with a play action, doesn't even look for his receivers, and just runs forward with Matt Ryan for like 1 yard to pick up a touchdown. I mean, that was absolutely ridiculous. Those types of plays shouldn't happen in Madden. But you know what? After making a really dumb mistake on offense, it's time to come back out here and see if we can make up for our mistakes and tie this game up at 7. So first play, we go to Allen Robinson, who picks up a first down. The next play, Demaryius Thomas, the same story. Great throw by Derek Carr and a good catch for Demaryius Thomas to keep his feet in bounds to pick up another first down. A play later on 2nd and 10, I see Golden Tate open between those defenders, and Golden Tate's been somewhat inconsistent for me, man. I mean, like, a lot of the times he does hang on to those big-time catches where, you know, he immediately gets hit after he catches it, but he still does drop it in certain situations. But next play, 1st and 10, we now go to our tight end, Greg Olsen, and so far on this drive, we have gone to every single one of our new pickups that we got in the last episode. 1st and 10, we go with the run game to Latavius Murray, and that looks like the exact same play that my opponent's Todd Gurley just did to my defense in the last drive. And after a few failed rushing attempts with Latavius Murray to go into the end zone, 3rd and goal, we went with a passing play to our tight end, Greg Olsen, and we were able to tie this game back up at 7 apiece. Now, on 1st and 10 for my opponent, there were 2 big players that I had a hard time stopping for my opponent. That was Randy Moss, who again comes up with another catch, and this guy, Todd Gurley. This is the ultimate ticket Todd Gurley. Bob Sanders with a big-time hit. If only that could have been a fumble. But as the first quarter comes to an end here, man, it was just my opponent constantly going back between these 2 guys. And, I mean, look at this guy, Todd Gurley.
The end zone for a touchdown. Todd Gurley taking it in from 7 yards away.
I mean, Todd Gurley just straight up pooped all over my defense there, man. I mean, like, you guys know all season long, my defense has been incredible against the run game. But right there, Todd Gurley just made my defense look like a bunch of little kids. Now, here's a good example of what I was just talking about. Golden Tate coming up with a big-time catch. Definitely a very dangerous pass as well, but we picked up the first down. Next play, we go with the play action back to our number 1 wide receiver, Demaryius Thomas. And at the 2-minute warning in the second quarter, time to go back to the run game. And Latavius Murray is trying to show up Todd Gurley. Everything is now all tied back up. We are even, 14 apiece. You guys can see 1 minute and 50 seconds left until halftime when my opponent goes with that same play to Randy Moss, and this time it just took him 1 play to get a touchdown. I mean, like, I knew where that play was going, but I just could not figure out a defense to stop that play the whole game, man. That just sucks. 1 play, 1 touchdown from my opponent. So with 1 minute and 40 seconds left, you know what? Greg Olsen can score in 1 play too. That is what I am talking about, man. My opponent went down the field and just 1 single play to Randy Moss and got a touchdown out of it. And we showed my opponent we can do the exact same thing with our tight end, Greg Olsen, which was an absolutely beastly play by him to break out of that tackle. Now, with 14 seconds left till halftime, my opponent got down the field, and again, the same play to Randy Moss got a touchdown. I mean, like, you guys see Bob Sanders, right? Like, I held triangle to go for the interception, and it's like, Bob Sanders just loses his brain on the play, and, like, he doesn't even put his hands up. Like, I just don't know what it was about that, but my opponent just found himself a money play, and it was working for him going to Randy Moss every single time. So now that we're in the third quarter, 3rd and 15, yeah, that was the same exact play yet again, but thankfully, this time I found something on defense that might be able to stop that play because Ladarius Webb did come up with the swat. So now it is time to go ahead and see if we can tie this game back up yet again as we find ourselves down in this game. First play, we go to Greg Olsen, who's able to pick up a first down. Next play on 2nd and 2, my opponent is bringing the blitz, which leaves a one-on-one for Demaryius Thomas, and that is easy money every single time for Demaryius Thomas to get a touchdown and tie this game up.
A 24-yard touchdown.
What a battle we are having here, man. I mean, this is definitely one of the best games that I think I've played in all year. We are just going back and forth between me and my opponent here as the game is now tied up at 28 apiece. And look at this, man. We finally got the stop that we needed on defense. I was starting to figure out this dude's offensive call, man. I mean, he just kept going with the same exact 4 offensive plays over and over and over again. I finally was able to find out a way to stop it, and we got the user pick with Wesley Woodyard. Now, unfortunately for us, my opponent found a way to stop my offense this drive, and it brought up a 4th and goal. I decided, you know what, we got to play this smart because this is a very tightly contested game that we've got going right now, a big-time defensive battle, so it is definitely smart to just take the 3 points while we can and give ourselves the lead. Now, my opponent here, you guys can see there's 3 minutes left in the 4th quarter. He's starting to make his way down the field. He's going with a no-huddle offense, and again, man, yet again, he goes to the same play with Randy Moss, and it just constantly was working over and over for this guy. Now on 3rd and goal, he goes with Todd Gurley, tries running it up the middle. That is the defensive line that I know and have on this team. They come up with a big time stop. Now it's a 4th and goal. My opponent doesn't want to take a field goal and tie this game up,
Back to throw. And no, it's in.
and that resulted in a turnover on downs. He threw that ball way too quick. It just hit his receiver in the helmet, and that is a turnover on downs. And it's time for Latavius Murray to go beast mode and end this game. What a crazy game that was, man. I mean, that was just absolutely insane. Definitely a very back and forth battle that I just had with my opponent there. That was really a good game, but we were able to come out victorious. Finally found a way to stop that dude's offensive plays. We got the turnover on downs, and Latavius Murray just put that game away. And like I did say, that was the start of the playoffs, man. We are now 1 game advanced in the playoffs, 2 more wins, and we will be back in the Super Bowl. So next episode, it's going to be continuing on with the playoffs, but I think I might make one addition to the team. So you guys can see right here, this is another player I'm going to be bringing into my team, and I feel like I made this one a lot more difficult. At least I hope I did, man, because so many of you guys guessed the one correctly for this episode, which was Joe Hayden. So I don't want you guys guessing this one correctly, okay? I'm not even going to tell you what position this is. I'll tell you it's on defense. That is a defensive player, but I'm not going to tell you what position because I'm not giving you guys any more hints because you guys are apparently a lot better at guessing messed up cards than what I think that you guys can do. So anyways, thank you guys all so much for watching today's episode. I do hope all of you guys did enjoy, and like I said, man, this lineup is now officially complete. After the playoffs are over, we are going to get right back into making some more upgrades with this team, but with this lineup we have now, it's time to see if we can make another run at the Super Bowl. So once again, thank you guys for watching. I hope all of you enjoyed, and I will catch you all in the next one. Take it easy, guys. Peace out.